Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make trail mix, and I got this recipe from my neighbor across the street and it is delicious. I had it on Thanksgiving Day and it was so good that I got the recipe from her and I want to share it with you guys. You will love it. It's so good. I'm going to start off with, these are the raw pumpkins kernels. They already have the outside hull taken off of them, and I bought these in the produce section of our Hannaford's. It calls for 2 cups of these. And then it calls for 1 cup of almonds. And I'm going to chop these up. And if you have a food processor, you can just kind of put these on chop so that it doesn't pulverize them, but cut them up a little bit more. I could do this in my Ninja, I suppose, or my food chopper, but I'm just going to do it like this. Okay, so I have these almost chopped up. I'm trying to leave these a little bit coarse. I don't want them real fine because I'm going to try to make mine kind of like on the crunchy side. Alright, so I'm going to put that into the mix. And then it calls for 3/4 cup of raw sunflower seeds. I just bought unsalted sunflower kernels. So 3/4 cup of those. And 6 tablespoons of maple syrup. So I have my sunflower seeds in there, 3/4 cup of those, and then 6 tablespoons of maple syrup. This is the real maple syrup. I'm going to toss all of that together. It smells good. If you can get your hands on the real maple syrup, get that instead of, Vermont Made or whatever it's called, or Mrs. Butterworth's. Try to get your hands on the real because the flavor is just so much better. Okay, so that's what's going to make it all stick together. Now, I'm not going to put my cranberries in until after this is done cooking. And I bought these sweetened dried cranberries. They're just like the craisins. So this is what they look like with the maple syrup on them. They're all going to be sticking together once you put them in the oven. I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them on this parchment lined baking sheet. And I'm just going to spoon it on here. Do it in 2 different sections like this so that it's easier when you take it out. You can just fold it in half. 300 degrees. And I'm just going to press these down in the pan into thin layers. And just kind of keep it separated in the middle so that when it's done, I can just fold the parchment paper in half and just kind of take it out. Okay, so once you get them all like that, of course I have to eat what's on my spoon. Okay, doesn't that look good? Okay, so I'm going to cook those at 300 for 20 to 22 minutes. I will show you what they look like when I get back. You guys, the smell in this kitchen is so good. I'll show you what it looks like when I get it all out of the oven, and I'm going to actually put it right in these little boxes that the nuts came in. And you know something? You can reuse those, and you can just stick a bow on the top, and if you're going to somebody's house for dinner or for a Christmas party, whatever, and you want to bring a little something, put some of the granola right in these. This is what it's looking like. I'm starting to be able to smell the nuts baking. This is a print of Madison, a town near us in Maine, and it's a picture of the street where I do a lot of shopping in the winter time, and it was painted by my neighbors across the street, who are two artists. It was painted by the wife, Becky. And here's my little table in my front foyer. And these are just some old ornaments that actually Wendell had. Look at the little baby. And little Santa. Those are just some pine cones. They're actually candles. And here's a really old Santa. I have to fix his belt. It's in the back there. And this little house with a light in it. It says Christmas shop on it. And a little Santa holding some twigs and berries. Hey guys. Oh, I got 8 more minutes to go. I can smell the maple syrup now. Okay, meanwhile, let me just show you this recipe. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Pumpkin seed dried cranberry trail mix. 2 cups of raw pumpkin seeds, 1 cup of almonds, 3/4 cup of sunflower seeds, 6 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 cup of dried cranberries or cherries. Now the reason I didn't put them in is because you put them in after they come out of the oven. Okay, so you toss seeds and nuts in the maple syrup in a bowl, coating well, spread thinly onto parchment lined baking sheets. Bake at 300 degrees for 20 to 22 minutes or until golden. After you remove them from the oven, you sprinkle the dried cranberries on top and let cool completely. So you do that while they're still warm. Then you peel off into a large bowl and you put it in an airtight container after everything cools off. Making 2 spreads on each sheet, leaving a space in the middle, makes removal easier. Just fold the parchment paper in half above the bowl and peel off the mix. You can add chocolate chips to this too, but I thought I had some in the house and I don't have them. So we're just going to go with the cranberries, but they are very good with the chocolate chips and the cranberries in them, which is what I had on Thanksgiving, and they were excellent. Anyways, I'm going to write this whole recipe down below too for you, but I'll show you what everything looks like when I get it out of the oven. Okay, so my trail mix is out of the oven, and I'm just going to let it cool down, and once it's cool, I will kind of crunch it all up into pieces, break it up like peanut brittle, and put it into my little containers. So I'm just going to take some of these cranberries, and I'm going to sprinkle them over the top. I'm just going to take a spatula and kind of just press them down into the mix so that they'll all stick together. That's all there is to it. It smells so good in this kitchen right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if you try this recipe. It is out of this world, guys, and it's addictive. Once you start eating it, you can't stop. Okay guys, so my trail mix is all cooled off. As you can see, it's like one big sheet. What I'm going to do is just take it, fold it in half, and kind of just break it up in little chunks like this. And just put it in my little container. I'm going to bring some of these over to my neighbor right now. I put them outside for a little bit on the railing on my porch. So anyways, that's what they look like. I'm going to have a bite right now. Oh my god. This is so good. Anyway, that's one little container full, and that's what's left. Everything in it, even the maple syrup, is all good for you stuff. There's no sugar in it, except for the natural sugars that's in the maple syrup. It's so good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.